From heralded walk-on to scholarship earner and a workhorse on the offensive line, guess who we've got here? Niki Prongos joining us on the Bruin Insider Show. For Nick Cope, I'm Brian Fenley. Niki, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
One of the things that I have to start with, and I have a feeling you think we're going to start with this because it's most pressing. It was only a few days ago. You were at a team meeting, and head coach Deshaun Foster said something about you in that you had earned a scholarship. What was it like to be you in that moment? Because it was caught on social media.
I mean, I was just hyped because, it doesn't happen every day where you get put on scholarship. So, when he called me down, I was like, maybe in the back of my mind, I was like, scholarship maybe? But, you know what I mean? But, and then when he told me and then, everyone, was celebrating with me, that was pretty cool. Just jumping around, finally, all the hard work has paid off. So it definitely was a great feeling.
I never get tired of watching those videos either. They're so much fun. But what were your expectations in coming to UCLA as a walk-on? Were you constantly striving for that scholarship, or was it something that, hey, if it came, great, but I've got other interests and things I'm working towards? What'd you come to UCLA hoping and expecting for yourself?
So when I first came as a walk-on, I told myself, one of my goals was to earn that scholarship. And so every day, I would come in, just, try to get better so I could be closer and closer to achieve that goal. So, I'm glad it finally came to fruition because I'm here.
You are here, and Deshaun Foster, a few weeks ago when he was talking to the media, was asked about you. He said you're upward trending, and the guys love you because you're so reliable. What is he getting at when he's saying those things about you?
I think it's just because I'm somewhat of a new player. I didn't play too many games in high school, and I got hurt for a bit, and then I came here and basically learned how to play football here. The O-line especially, because I didn't play O-line in high school. And then also the fact that, they've been moving me to guard, to tackle. So, wherever they need me, I'm there to help out.
I have to imagine it's the versatility that Deshaun Foster must be getting at, because you played tight end and D-line in high school, right?
Yeah.
And so you've played now 3 different positions in the first 4 games. How do you find yourself being so versatile? Why do you think that's maybe come naturally to you?
Growing up, I was a multi-sport athlete, right? I was playing baseball, basketball, I even played some soccer, some tennis. So, I think all that, different exposure in sports helped me just to be able to, learn how to play O-line and, just know what to do at the right time and how to adjust when things happen.
Joining us now on the Bruin Insider Show is Niki Prongos. He is a UCLA offensive lineman. Not only are you versatile when it comes to playing different positions, obviously you started against Hawaii at right tackle, you've also played right guard as well, but even in practice per se, you've had to probably work with different quarterbacks. What's it like learning to play on the line, say even just at practice per se, with different quarterbacks and understanding their tendencies?
It can be challenging sometimes, but they should all be on the same, saying the same thing before the snap. So
if they're doing their job.
Yeah, exactly. Sometimes some are quieter or louder than the others. So you're, after the snap, you tell them hey, speak up. I could barely hear you, But usually it's not when they switch quarterbacks. You still have your job to do. Obviously, they're gonna tell you when to get off the ball, but you're just focusing on doing your job.
But how challenging is it to go from right tackle, right guard, and then even in the last game we saw you go from right guard to left tackle? What are the challenges involved in navigating all that?
The tackle to guard thing, that surprised me at first just because, I was gearing up to play tackle this year. But, my coach, Coach Juan Castillo, he's a very the way he teaches us is very similar, guard and tackle. It's all the same footwork. In the run, it depends on, what the combination of the blocks are. So that definitely helped a lot. Just the similarity of how you run block or whatever pass block. And the left side, right side, that I think is more challenging than the guard tackle, just because it's like literally completely different. Even though it's mirrored, it's the same but different.
It's like you got to rewire your
exactly,
brain almost.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You mentioned Coach Castillo, and after the game against Oregon, Josh Carlin talked about how technique is something that Coach Castillo is really big in terms of what it takes to be on the offensive line. And one of the other things that I mentioned and I wanted to say about you is that you probably are having to communicate out there yourself. How much talking during the game are you in terms of vocalizing what needs to happen coming from you?
Oh, it's a ton. I mean, the center's the main guy who makes all the calls, obviously, and the guards help. But, like, the tackle always has to be helping and echoing for the other guys on the line if they can't hear, especially in loud environments. And also, too, like, maybe the receiver's telling us that there's, like, a corner blitz coming. Like, we have to be able to tell. So, honestly, I mean, I'm always shouting stuff out during the games just because, you know, you want everyone to be on the same page.
You guys have been working so hard, and I know you guys want to get this line to be where it needs to be. And speaking about Josh Carlin, I know he said after the game that guys need to take more pride in protecting the quarterback. What's your reaction when you hear your leader of the offensive line say that?
I mean, I 100% agree. You know, we need to take pride. You know, we just need to take pride in doing our job, doing our 111th, because if we do our job, you know, it'll put the team in situations, you know, to score and to win. So, you know, I 100% agree.
You've got some great running backs behind you, and obviously a lot of what you do on the offensive line is going to help them out. So what is that relationship with the running backs now at practice in making sure that we see the best out of you, but also see the best out of the running backs too?
I mean, the relationships with the running backs are always good because they know that they need us, and also, I mean, like, we need them, right? Because we can block, but if no one runs the ball, then you know what's going to happen.
Got to hit the hole.
No, yeah. So, you know, we've always, like, me personally too, like, I've always had a good relationship with the running backs. You know, and we're just trying to work on and, you know, get this run game together to, you know, have some big runs and score points.